If I don't think this is funny, I'm just gonna stare at you deadpan.
You might not think it's funny. I think it's funny after the fact, though.
I think everything is funny, so...
I feel like I told the story, but... Okay.
Doesn't matter, tell it again.
Okay, so when I was 15, I was kind of troubled. And there was one night where, like, my dad threw me out of the house. And so I just, like, went to my... We had, like, a porch in the back of our house, so I went and sat on the porch. And they thought I ran away. So they're, like, calling for me, and I came back in. Anyway, it was, like, a whole night, and my grandma was living with us.
Was it at least warm outside?
I think it was like October.
That's rude.
Yeah. My grandma was living with us because she was in the process of moving, so she saw this whole thing happen. My grandma doesn't do stairs. She hasn't done stairs in a long time.
Okay.
And I also don't know if she had ever been to my room because it was upstairs. So the last time she was in my room was maybe like 10 years before this.
It just reminded me of the TikTok where there's like 3 guys hanging out in one of the guys' rooms or something. They're just hanging out. They're making this silly TikTok. And all of a sudden you just hear, bang, bang, boom, 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 boom. Grandma fell down the stairs.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Anyway, what were you saying? Go on.
My grandma's really religious.
Okay.
So I go to bed, whatever. I don't know what time it was. It was probably like 3 in the morning. I hear footsteps, and my eyes are adjusted. I see her. But I see my grandma walking around my room with her arms in front of her because she'd never been in there before. So she doesn't know where the bed is, and I also don't know why she's there. But I hear... She's spraying holy water. And she's feeling her way in the room, and she gets to my feet. This is, like... so real. Like, this really happened. I'm not making this up. She feels my feet. God. And she feels her way up to my upper.
You're awake,
the top half. I'm awake, but I'm pretending I'm asleep.
So great.
So she feels her way up towards me, and she is spraying and chanting, and I can't understand what she's saying. It might have been in Latin, but it was aggressive. Like, it wasn't like, oh, spirit, come. It was like, and cast out the demon of the da-da-da, and like, and that, like, it was aggressive. And I am, like, pretending to be asleep. And she did her thing.
You got exercise.
And she left, and, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, we've never spoken about it.
That's crazy. You know what? Actually, it's not crazy.
No, it's crazy.
It's hilarious because you were awake the whole time and you're like, what is this woman doing? I told my friend
this story one time. He's like, you should have just punched her in the face.
I would have just been like...
You're just scared her.
Just out of nowhere. Wait, no!
She thought I was asleep the whole time.
Oh my god, that's so weird. So that's like, I don't, I mean, to each their own. It's just like... I definitely don't do religion like that, but maybe whatever. But my grandma did that to my aunt one time when she was younger too. But it worked. It actually worked. So my aunt was throwing a fit. My aunt is bipolar or something or other. But when she was younger, this was way back when they weren't diagnosed or anything. She didn't medication, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she was in one of her episodes, and she was just thrashing around. She was yelling, screaming, all this kind of stuff. And my grandmother was apparently trying to calm her down, trying to get her to chill out and lay down on the bed or whatever, just to try and calm her down. She was just thrashing like crazy. And my grandma, I don't know what my mom said that my grandma said specifically, but something about like, in the name of the Lord, you are not going to get out of my daughter, get away, blah, blah, blah. And my aunt just went limp. Just stopped. She just totally went limp.
Ah, that's so weird.
So to each their own. Sometimes it works. Sometimes your grandma's just...
I just will never forget, like, turning and seeing her, like, with her arms out in front of her walking around my room. How did she get up the stairs? How long did it take her?
I wouldn't be able to take it seriously after that. I mean, I probably couldn't anyway, but, like...
But you know what's weird is that my mom also came into my room that night, in the middle of the night, to, like, check on me.
Were you demented?
I was going through something.
I mean, was it, like... I don't know. That's, I mean, teenage phase or whatever.
But they both came into my room that night without speaking to each other about it.
Mm.
Isn't
They
it weird?
really must have been concerned. Well, that's...
It's cute that they were
Love.
concerned. She
That's
walked in with a
loving.
spray bottle.
I don't know if that's how holy water works. It reminds me of like the thing that was just like, why didn't Sam and Dean, when they were fighting demons, why didn't they just hula hoop with a hula hoop full of salt? So no
Smart.
demons could get to them after that.
Did they have hula hoops back then?
Back then, what do you mean? It was 2005.
Wait, oh, I thought we were talking about something else.
No, Sam and Dean from Supernatural.
Oh, I thought.
And then the picture was that just like, come on, Sammy, and they're
that.
hula hooping their way through all the demons.
They do have ones with something in them,
I don't know.
like a rain stick. Can you hula hoop good?
Yeah,
Me too.
I guess. I didn't know that was a thing that you could be good or bad at. I just thought it was
Okay.
a thing that people did sometimes for reason. I don't know. Is it fun? I was never a hula hooper. It's fun? I don't know. Remember Skip It?
Oh yeah.
Those
Love
were
it.
demented.
Why?
Those
I've never
fling
hurt
around and
myself.
smack you into the... Woo! That hurt.
I hurt myself with my scooter. I hit myself.
Oh,
with my
yeah.
ankle.
When you whip those... Oh, my God.
No, I would have times where I
Ooh.
would push and I would scrape it on the way.
Oh!
I love my
Oh!
scooter though. I couldn't ride my bike till I was like 13, so I was scootering it up.
Yeah.
I had a one that was really fancy. It had like fat wheels and the base was wooden and huge. Like you could fit both of your feet side by side on it.
Have you seen those walking pad things that are like scooter but walking? It's like a treadmill, but on a scooter.
I want to do that.
I want to do it. I just wish it was like
Yeah.
smaller where you can like take it with you places and like on a college campus or something. You can't. It's like a full blown bike size,
you would be
bigger than.
bullied on a college campus.
Be
but
bullied. Yes, but I want to do that. It seems fun. It seems like those walking trams in the airport. People, if you're standing on those, you should be shot. That's to get you where you're going faster. You're supposed to walk on those stuff. But it's so like Twilight when they're walking through the woods and like they're moving faster than what they're walking. It's
like
just
it.
it trips me out. So yeah, I want that. How did we spiral from exorcisms to scooters?
The salt and the hula hoop.
That's right. There's always that connecting bridge. I love that show. Did you ever watch that show? I love that. I have an
That's
entire
what we were
shrine.
talking about.
I have an entire shrine to Supernatural. I need to adjust my bookshelves though to fit everything. Okay. We're gonna end up doing
Wait,
a whole.
this one time my grandma.
I was gonna say we're gonna end up doing a whole new podcast.
This one time my grandma lost her phone in the car. She asked me to find it for her, so I told her I was going to call it with my phone until I found it. And I found it, and I gave it to her. Like a few days after, she called my phone number and left a voice message saying, I don't know who this is, but please stop calling me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, connect the dots, lady. Good grief. Also, why does she have my phone number saved?
That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. There's been times when my grandmother trying to answer her phone. My mom has had to explain to her how to answer her phone so many times that she's fed up. My mom is fed up. My mom is like, the green button answers. The red button closes. And my grandma's like, which one is? I'm like, oh my god.
Let's not get old.
Let's not get old. I love my grandma. She's a saint. She's as close to a saint as you can actually get
She
without
is.
being sainted.
I heard her voice that one time and it was so cute.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, hi, Danielle.
Hi, honey. I call her G-Ma. She gets such a kick out of it.
That's cute.
She thinks she's a gangster.
G-Ma.
G-Ma.
We call my grandma Senora. Not the one that exercised me. The other one. The one that exercised me is the younger of the two. My one grandma's 95, my other grandma's 83.
Cheers.
Cheers to being old.
I want to conk out at 78. And that's pushing it.
How old is your dad?
Bitty.
What?
My dad's 50. My
Wow.
dad. You're talking about my dad, right?
Yeah.
50. I don't do math. He was born in 67.
Wow.
57?
My dad's 63. He'll be
He's old.
64 this year. My mom is
My parents, my
55.
mom was, she was 21 when she got married. 25 when she had AJ, and 27 when she had me.
Wow.
That sounds right, right?
I think my dad was like 45 when he had me.
My dad was 1 year older than what my mom was. So. No, my mom was 20 when she got married because she wasn't able to drink at her own wedding. So they were 20 and 21 when they got married. 25 and 26 when AJ was born.
Wow.
27, 28 when I was born.
Do you hate hearing about that?
What do you mean?
Like people getting married and like do all this and they're like 21. I'm like, what am I doing?
No, I'm 28 and I still feel like a child. I'm like,
know,
what are
I
people
do
doing?
too.
Ew. But my cousin got married at 20. Was she 20? I don't think she was technically allowed to drink at her own wedding either. I think she was 20 or 21 when she got married. She's been happily, lovingly married for going on 6 years now. She's got 3 kids she's adopted. I'm like,
I feel way too young. To
if
be
they can
married
do it,
right
I
now.
guess anybody can do it, sure. No, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm too young
That
to
sounds
be married.
terrible.
Right?
I am too young. That's it. I'm a child. And if I'm a child, you're a child. You're
when
a fetus.
I go to Ohio, they're like, when are you getting married?
Mm.
I'm like, alright.
No, thank you.
College.
That's all I have is 36. I have 36 in my mind is when I want to start having kids. And by having kids, I mean adopting, fostering and adopting. Ain't nobody gonna want me to have kids like those. It's not a good mix. Genes, no good genes. No, thank you.
Your armpit hair looks nice. It's coming in nicely.
Not when I have tea in my mouth. Are you kidding me?
It's coming in nice.
Oh, it's fully in. It's at its peak.
That's how long it gets?
That's it. This is
Look
I'm
how
at my
long
peak.
Mine lays so flat though. Look at that.
Rub it in my face.
It's long, but look at how
I've got
flat.
this scraggly, like, all over
It's
the
short,
place.
though.
I need to dry it. Flatten it down.
But like mine is long. I think it's I don't know. Just
You
lays
have
flat.
Shut up. Quit rubbing it in
Why
my
does
face.
it lay flat though? Like I don't even think I
Because
can
that's
make
the way your follicles direct it.
Oh, my follicles.
Follicules.
Oh whoa, that's a lot.
Why are we talking about arm hair? That's the angle that gets me. When you bend your elbow, this right here is ew. All of that,
I
ew.
have a little bit of craziness going on right there.
Well, that's where you put your.
Yeah.
That's where you're
Oh,
always
I'm
leaning.
hairy.
And
Gross. My leg hair is
you want to see my leg hair?
fully out right now.
My leg hair is so impressive. Look at me. Look how pale
I
I
can't
am.
even see it.
Look, it's dark. It's dark, and it's really, really
Oh.
long.
Wow, so close to your ankle. Oh, mine is too. A
Yeah.
little bit. My mom doesn't grow leg hair.
My leg hair up on my thighs is a forest. It's so soft. It's downy at this point. It's been months since I've shaved, and I'm loving it. I can take such quick showers now.
It's nice.
That's a problem. Okay, so get this. Guess how unhinged this. I think I told about it before. That my dad actually, when I was in the shower, he directed me on how to take a 7-minute shower. I'm like 13 or 14 at this point.
I'm jealous because my showers are always so long.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he thought my showers were so long. I'm taking maybe 10, 15-minute showers or something. And he got pissed off with me. And so he decided to sit in the bathroom while I'm taking a shower and tell me, okay, now you're washing your hair. Now you're rinsing it out.
Jealous.
No, it was so infuriating. It was so belittling and demeaning. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I had to yell at him multiple times. And I'm like, I'm not a guy. It takes me twice as long to wash my hair. And I'm a girl. I actually have to put conditioner in my hair. And I have to wash it out. And then I'm a girl. I have to shave. I have to do this. I have to do that. Because of men and the patriarchy say that I have to. So this is your fault that I'm taking 10, 15-minute showers. So shove it up your butt and get out of the bathroom while I'm taking a shower.
It is a good skill to have because my quick shower is a minimum of 10 minutes long. I can't take a shower shorter
I
than
just
that.
don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, like, if you're pinching pennies and you're trying to save water, again, I just don't think it's that
Well,
big
I
of a
just hate
deal
when
to
I'm
save.
like in a rush and I'm like, oh, I have to block out a half an hour for my whole shower routine.
Well, if you're doing a whole shower routine,
Not
it's
a whole
going to
routine.
take.
I mean, like, by the time I get in the shower, out of the shower, and then I wash my face, brush my teeth, get dressed, it's like a half hour.
Wait. You can get ready from beginning to end in like a half hour?
Like, dressed.
See, I can get ready. Like, if I'm sprinting, if I don't have to shave, if I don't Yeah, no, it's basically just shaving that really gets in my way. I mean, yes, the whole conditioning my hair, and I like to leave it for like the classic 2 minutes or whatever it is, but I do that while I'm washing the rest of my body, and I'm like, I'm actually like a clean person, and I actually wash my body from head to toe. I'm not just doing the wash my arms and chest and let the soap run down. Like, no, no, no. I actually wash myself. And so, but I can do like a full shower in, I don't know, in 5 to 7 minutes or something. Yeah.
See, I'm jealous.
But that's if I'm not.
I physically can't do it.
That's like, but again, I had to tell my dad, and I'm like, I'm shaving. I have other things I have to do that you do not do. Get out. It was
they
so.
maybe should be doing, but
It was so irritating. I was so angry. I was like, do I have to explain every little thing on how other people function? Because like he only can actually picture like what he himself does. If it's not from his perspective, he has no idea.
Also, guys don't wash below their thighs.
Mm-mm.
They don't. Mm-mm. They don't even know they have knees.
They don't even know.
Forget about toes.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
oh, it runs down.
They've never looked at the bottom of their foot, ever.
Listen, okay, I touch Erica's legs sometimes, and there will be like a film. I can feel
Ew.
like residue.
Ew.
Because he's only washing to here.
Ew. That's not okay.
And it's like film, like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like filmy. Like,
That's
I do it and
built
it feels
up.
waxy.
That's built up sweat and enzymes
Yes!
and dead skin particles.
He doesn't wash this.
Oh my god. No, you know what's bad?
He did the other day, he wanted me to be, like, proud of him. He's like, I washed my feet today. And I was like,
You did literally the less than bare minimum.
you should be.
Oh my god. No, what's bad is I know who does and does not exfoliate
There.
when I have a massage or something. And by exfoliate, I just mean actually
Scrubs.
not even, it doesn't even have to be scrub. Literally just run something over your body.
Ew.
Even just once. That's more exfoliating than just like letting water run over you. It doesn't work that way.
You have short arms. How do you get your back?
I have
I'm not like that's not derogatory. Like I'm asking for tips.
No, with my little short arms, I get as far up, like up my back and then down my shoulders as I can, but I have one of those long,
Sticks.
not a stick, it's a strip.
Well, like
It's
a
like an
loofah
exfoliate,
strip?
yeah, like a loofah strip kind of thing that I use, yeah. So, yeah, I love that. Feels so good, it's scratchy. It's a little scratchy. So nice. But no, I know when people don't exfoliate, and it's very obvious because people who spray tan, they're not supposed to exfoliate because it scrubs off the tan. But I hate when they come to get massages after they got a spray tan.
I hate spray tan, period.
Because the lotion that I'm using is clumping your dead skin cells that you have not washed off. And now I'm massaging with clumpy, gross clumps of dead skin cells. I'm like,
no spray tan looks better than spray tan. I don't like
Pale?
spray tan.
pale will always look better than any kind of fake
Then your
tanning.
muddy orange
Yeah.
essence.
I don't even care if it's a $1 million spray tan. Pale will always look better to anything that's fake because no matter what you do, it looks fake.
Spray tan is not. You don't look like you just went to the beach. When you go to the beach, a tan hits you differently in different parts of your body. Like so, this like your top of your forehead. Like it's not gonna be all one
like this matte
even
finish.
orange tone.
Yeah.
All of the girls at Cortland have a spray tan with the ashy, like white blonde hair,
Ugh.
like the super toned.
That's mean. I shouldn't do that.
No, I will do it because I hate it.
I shouldn't say ugh like that. It's not. It's just. It doesn't look.
No,
I think
'cause
person's
the
natural.
guys love it. Guys love it,
I don't get that, but okay.
and I hate it.
I'm like your natural coloring is your natural coloring for a reason. Let it be. I don't know. I mean, obviously people can do whatever they want, whatever they think looks good, and
No,
especially
stop
like,
getting a spray tan.
no, but like people like love to color their hair and everything, and that they tend to forget what their natural color is. And I guess I'm just too much of a lazy and cheap person. I'm like, all natural, baby. It's easy.
It usually
it's
looks
easy.
better too.
Well, like I said, like your natural hair color will go with your natural skin tone
Yeah.
better than anything that you can put together. Like it's just, but then again, that's not true because some people paid crap tons of money and they look pretty good and like whatever.
Mm.
I'm going back and forth and contradicting myself, I know, but I'm going to say whatever I want to say. Deal with it. I don't know. I'm gonna just say people live and let live. I'm gonna stop bashing
Live
you.
and let live after we just literally judged
Yeah.
people for 5 minutes.
We're gonna, yeah.
How did we get there? Oh. Exfoliating.
My slipper is broken.
What happened?
It's just cracked right here.
Aw.
It's really thin. It's like I've worn it out. I should
Those are
probably get new
cute.
slippers. But yeah.
Oh, the other day I was at work and the guys were talking about, like, someone was, like, shaving.
Oh my god, that scared me so bad.
That scared me, too.
So my dryer just randomly pops open every once in a while when it gets too much pressure against the door.
Nice.
Because it's old as heck. That was not a dryer's done. It's that popped open.
I thought it was done.
That's happened in the middle of the night. Terrifying, dude. I thought someone was bursting down the door.
Nah.
Anywho, what were you saying?
My coworker, some of the guys were talking about, like, shaving, like, too fat, like, in a rush or something. I don't know what happened. And I was like, oh, don't shave in a rush, because this will happen. I have a huge scar, like, going on my leg, because I was, like, in high school and I shaved in a rush and I really scraped all the skin. But the boys, they look at my leg and they go, oh, you'll get those little bumps?
Oh! Emotional
Oh my God.
damage!
Oh my god. And I go, no, I have a scar that goes all the way down my leg.
I will say though, what is up with the strawberry dots?
Do I have that? I don't really care.
No, yours
but
are
do
okay.
I
Mine are-
also haven't shaved in forever.
Well, that's, yeah, me too. But no, like the strawberry skin, the little not the pimply, but like the little dots.
I don't think I have it. So
It's
I
like
don't
your
know.
hair follicles are so large that you can see, you have them a little bit. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with it. I just wonder why.
Ew, I'm so ashy. Don't even look at this.
Look at, I'm like gray pale. It's not a pretty pale. It's like, it looks deathly.
I don't think.
And that is actually why I used to fake tan. I used to have like the creams and whatever, the lotions. And then I got too lazy with it because you have to do it like literally every day to keep it up or it'll scrub off. Got too lazy and too expensive for that. So I started fake baking. I would go to a tanning bed and I would do the UV tanning bed things.
Whoa.
But then I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this.
Stupid.
And it got expensive as well. So I stopped doing
I'm
it.
not gonna pay to get a tan.
I'm embracing
The
the
sun
pale.
is free for now.
I am embracing the pale. I even went so far as to buy...
I'm super pale. I don't really care.
I had to buy new foundation because the pale foundation that I have was too dark for me. So I had to go back to the store and I had to buy the palest of pale that they have. It's basically translucent.
You could just buy white and mix it in.
I probably will have to because it's... I don't know.
I don't even.
Can
like,
you?
But when
is
I
it
look
okay?
at you, I don't even notice.
It's
when
blended
I look
okay?
at you, I don't think that you're pale.
Oh, I'm pasty. I'm pasty.
Well, it helps that your hair's not. Because it helps that you're blonde.
I am blonde, yes. Thank you. Thank you for finally admitting it.
If you had darker hair, maybe it would probably make you look more pale.
I want to do the color theory.
Yes!
All I ever wear.
Let's do it on each other. Let's do an episode and let's get like little sheets of felt from Joann's and we'll do it to each other and we'll make an episode.
Hun,
Idea.
this is an audio.
Well, we can make a video for 1 week.
And put it where?
You can put it on Spotify.
A video? What?
I watched a video podcast on Spotify the other day.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we should do that. That's really embarrassing, though.
Or we could what?
That's really embarrassing. I'm not used to, like...
Or we could just describe what's going on.
Oh, yeah, because people would love that.
I don't know.
Well,
what people
I didn't
want.
know that. If there's, like, a Spotify video thing... No, let's do that. Wait, how are we going to do that?
How? My question is, what are we going to record on that has like an hour and a half long of storage in it? Well, maybe my phone.
My
but I don't know.
phone probably does, yeah.
And then how do we upload it?
Well, we could do it like a special. Just like a segment special. And so it doesn't have to be a full hour and a half. It could just be the color theory thing.
So where are we gonna get the? What do we do with the fabrics? Or should we just take clothes that we have and just use them?
I literally cannot do that because all I own is black.
Yeah, I've mostly like gray and black and.
My problem is I wear black not because of, well, it's just easy. I wear it for no other reason than one, I usually like the style of whatever it is. And I like the look of it in black usually. It's just, it looks, I don't know.
I don't know. It just looks better in black half the time. And then it's just easy. I literally wear nothing but black leggings and like a black shirt or something. I'm just all black. I'm not goth. It's just easy. And my
Do you ever
biggest
think about
fear.
being goth though?
No.
They look so cool. Okay.
It's too much work for me. Again, I'm the laziest
too
human
much
being on
work.
the planet.
Like, I started watching these YouTubers who are, like, they say they're not goth or emo. I don't know, what is it, like, scene? I don't know what it is. I love their look, but it also looks like it's never comfortable. Because they always have belts and a lot of jewelry and like,
the mesh
crop
and the
tops
laces
jeans
and the...
like, yeah, a lot of different fabrics and
Scratchy. It looks
going
very
on.
scratchy.
But they look so cool. But they also wear a lot of makeup. They look so cool. I want to be them.
I'm entirely too cheap. My bad. That was really gross. Sorry. But my biggest fear is that we do the color theory and it's going to tell me I'm going to need like pastels or something ridiculous. I'm like, ugh.
Maybe.
Ew. Do you know how to do the color? But like, can we actually like? Because I think everybody looks good in everything.
I've watched a lot of videos about it.
Yeah.
I know how you do it in essence, but I don't know if I'll be able to tell like what.
Well,
I can
people are
tell you
just
what
like,
I like better.
well, people are always just like, oh yeah, this color washes you. I'm like, what does that mean?
You can't tell.
No.
You like look at someone's face, and depending on how the color reflects off of it, like if it's warm or cool or the color itself, like it will either highlight or lessen like certain like.
Well, I
bad things.
know that it does that, but I can't tell if it's
Tell?
doing that.
Just look, like you'll see.
Just open your
Like,
eyes and look.
Like someone will put a color on and they'll have like dark circles and they'll change it and the dark circles will be less. Like I don't know. You just like,
I would have to do like
see it more.
rather than just like putting a color and being like, yes, this washes you out, or yes, this like makes you glowy or whatever. I would actually have to do the comparative thing
Yeah,
to see.
that's what
I
they
would have to
usually
like
do.
back. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm
they'll
not
have
alone
like
then.
a red. They'll have a cool red and a warm red, and they'll like go back and forth. And they'll say which one looks
We
better.
should just do this in Hobby Lobby or in Joann
I was
Fabrics
gonna
or
say
something.
let's just go vlog it, but the lighting in there is
Putrid.
I never can tell though if silver or gold looks better on someone.
I only ever wear silver jewelry, just because I don't like the look of gold. I think gold limits what it looks like, or like what it matches with. What, you got gold earrings?
Yeah, I always wear gold. No, well, I started wearing gold last year.
Yeah?
But I've only been wearing gold since.
I only wear silver.
I
And if
got
somebody tells me,
COVID.
oh, gold is better for you, no.
I got COVID and I switched to gold to gold jewelry. I don't know.
How are those two things related at
That's
all?
just when it happened.
Okay. My problem is I want to do it. I want to definitely wear colors that make me look better. But at the same time, I'm like, with what money?
But I also feel like I feel like the colors that I wear must be the ones that like, make me look better because I picked them out for a reason. Right? If I tried on a shirt that was red and I thought it looked good, I would be wearing a red shirt. But I think it looks horrible, so don't wear it.
See,
Haven't I already done it in my
I
throughout
guess.
life? When I try stuff on at Old Navy. Oh my god, this one time I put on a dress at Old Navy and I couldn't get out of it. I was sweating and I ripped it. I tried to pull it over and I hear it, and I'm like, oh, and I put it back on the thing. It has a rip down the back of it. I'm not kidding. I couldn't get out. I was sweating.
Dude, that's happened to me so many times.
Really? You start sweating and it's so harder to get out of because you're sticking to it.
No, my problem is, especially with dresses, because of my awkwardly shaped curves and everything, my boobs are huge, but my waist is really small. And so if I'm trying on a dress to
Weird
make
flex, but okay. Whatever. My waist
My
and my
waist-
boobs are the same diameter, so
my waist
good for you.
used to be, my waist used to be really small. I used to look like Dolly Parton. But, not anymore since I gained 50 freaking pounds. But anyway, no, even now, like, I'm still shaped differently enough that, like, if a dress is going to fit my hips and my waist and everything, it needs to be a little bit smaller, and then it gets caught on my boobs. And then because my short little T-Rex arms,
Good luck. Good luck.
I can't get the zipper undone,
No.
I can't get the clasp, and I'm like, my problem is half the time I'm clasping it in the front, and then I turn around and I wiggle myself
Oh.
into it and everything, but then I get stuck.
Yeah. Well, what happened with this was that it was like the perfect awkward, like, diameter so that I think I pulled it over my arms because I couldn't step in. My hips were too big to step into it.
Uh-huh.
But then once it was over my arms, I like couldn't get my arms. I couldn't get out of it, and so I ripped it. Not on purpose.
I panic when I'm in situations like that when I'm feeling really, really restricted. I know when I was a kid, a friend of ours, I had a really, really big t-shirt on, long sleeves and stuff. I forget whose it was. It was like my dad's shirt or something. And a buddy of ours grabbed the sleeves and tied them together like a straight jacket. And at first it was funny, like, haha, you got me. But like then I was actually restricted and he would not untie me and I started to panic. And I think it unlocked a new trauma for me or something because I panic when I'm restricted. It actually happened one time. Me and my mom were sitting on the couch. My brother flopped across our legs and it just snapped. I freaked out. I was like, get out, get out, get out! Because he was pinning my legs down and I freaked. So, A+ trauma. Love that.
One time when I was a kid,
Maybe that's why I like baggier clothes now. I
Maybe.
really hate feeling restricted. And now I
Same.
just wear literally leggings and giant t-shirts.
see, but leggings are too restricting for me.
Jeans are now restricting. I just like the flexibility of leggings. Jeans I can't do anything with anymore. I tried to put on a pair of jeans to make myself look a little bit more presentable for wherever I was going, and it lasted all of 2 seconds. I was like, this material, not my thing anymore.
Gotta get loose jeans. That's what I only wear loose jeans nowadays.
Mom jeans and the boyfriend jeans. It's the waistband now that's not enough flexibility.
Yeah, the waist is never right on me. I have to like add a button. I just add a button.
Weird flex, but okay.
It's not a weird flex.
I don't know.
No, wait. So when I was a kid, I was at my grandma's. My cousins were over for Christmas. Did I tell the story? I was being a brat. My cousins are older. Exactly. I was being a brat. They were watching Willy Wonka on the TV in my grandma's basement, but it would only play if a gumball was placed perfectly in between like those three chords, like the red, yellow, white, or whatever. If the gumball was not perfectly wedged in between them, like the video would go away.
Why a gumball?
And that's just what fit. It was in a wrapper, but I kept pulling it out to like mess with them
You're a
because
jerk.
the TV would turn off. I kept doing it, and they got mad enough at me that they wrangled me up and put a laundry basket on top of me and sat on top of the laundry basket. And I was screaming bloody murder.
I almost killed my brother.
Oh,
Didn't know if we were playing. There was a toy chest or something. One of those plastic bins, but it had the snap closures. And my brother was in it, and I closed it, and I snapped it closed. And those things are airtight, dude. He almost suffocated.
what happened?
He eventually broke himself out of it. But when he came out, he was sweating and panting. Like, I almost killed my brother on accident. But I was like 2 or 3. I had no idea that that's something that could happen. I did not have the mental capabilities of recognizing that this could result in death. But yeah, I almost killed him. And he almost drowned me one time. I just remember him holding my head underwater. And like,
Ugh!
yeah, at the pool. It was at the public pool and nobody came to rescue me.
That's so rude. Everybody did you wrong.
I know.
You failed
I know.
in public.
Society failed me.
Oh my god, were hair feathers a thing when you were a kid? Or like a teenager?
Beads.
Beads. Not feathers?
I want to say like those really thin, long feather. Not like a full feather, but they were like those really skinny ones.
Yeah, so just like a stripe of color.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I wanted one so bad when I was a kid.
Is hair tinsel coming back? I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
hair. What is happening?
I see it at school a lot. Girls with hair tinsel.
Crazy stuff. A lot of the 90s stuff is coming back.
I don't know how I feel about hair tinsel.
I don't like it. My problem is it's just like it's a whole lot of work for not a lot of payout.
You're a little sparkly.
Yeah.
I think it has to be done just right.
Well, my hair is also that weird shade that I don't think...
What shade is that? Blonde?
It's between blonde and an ashy dishwater blonde. It's blonde! I'm not ready to give up my blonde status, and my hairdresser said I was blonde. It's a dark blonde, it's a dirty blonde, but it's blonde, okay? Okay?
I'm blonde too then.
Shut up!
My hair is black.
No, my ends are totally like it's just there's not a lot of sun here in Syracuse. My hair is
Let's
blonde.
get you some sun.
Look at that! Look at all that blonde! Look at that! That is a straight up blonde. That is
one
straight
hair,
blonde.
That one accident
At the end, and then I have all these like bright coppery pieces. I keep thinking I see gray, and I get really excited, but then I'm like, oh, it's just a pale blonde. See, you're shaking your head. Yes, I have pale blonde strands.
I just don't
Pale
agree.
enough that I think they're gray.
We're just
And
gonna have to agree to disagree.
my hair is blonde. You're stupid.
It's like so
It's blonde.
It's so not
It's just a dirty blonde. No, if I do this kind of thing, if I run it over top of my finger, you can see so many different colors. Like, yes, I will say there are dark brown strands, but overall, that's mostly underneath. Anyway, shut up! I'm blonde.
They're dark brown strands.
Look at this. It's all like I'm blonde. It's a dirty blonde. You know what?
Do you
Where's
know
my
what
phone?
blonde
I'm
is?
literally recording on my phone. I'm gonna look up a picture of dirty blonde, and it's gonna be my hair, and you're gonna eat dirt.
I mean, I know that you're gonna think that it's your hair, but I will be seeing two different things happening.
No. My hair is.
I
Look
want
at that.
Sunbathe.
That's my hair right there. Dirty blonde.
Well, you haven't showed me yet, so I can't agree with you yet. I think there's a reason you're not showing me.
Oh, I almost unplugged it. Dirty blonde. Dirty blonde. She has.
That's so brown. That's darker than yours is.
It's called dirty blonde.
the
Dirty
balayage.
blonde.
Oh my god, the balayage is blonde.
What?
Like the roots are brown.
Yeah, my
But
roots
the-
are a little
the
bit darker,
balayage
but
is,
then
like,
the
blonde.
the ends get. Look at that. Look at that. Are you not looking? You're not even looking. You're
I'm looking.
It's
blonde.
blonde.
Okay, I didn't say. This conversation didn't start with me saying that you weren't blonde.
Look at that. Look at that. Dirty blonde. And it's my hair. It's my hair. It's dirty blonde. Dirty blonde is a different kind of blonde. Get over it. It's still blonde.
Get over it.
My hair used to be really, really bright blonde too. Like when I was you saw my baby pictures. I had like white blonde hair. Hair doesn't go from blonde to brown.
It does. My sister has brown hair. Would you agree that my sister has brown hair?
I thought it was fake brown.
No.
No?
That's her natural hair color, and she used to be blonde when she was a kid. She was
blonde?
blonde until she was like 10.
I was blonde until I was like,
Right now?
I mean, I was like pale blonde until I was in my 20s. And it's just because there's not a lot of sun here that
Let's
it has
get
darkened.
you some sun, and we'll see if that can change my mind.
I've had a professional tell me I'm blonde. You're wrong. I'm blonde. I'll take the dumb blonde if you want.
You're not dumb. No, my sister's hair got darker as she got older. And
My mom
it's
did-
dark brown.
My mom's did too. My mom, same thing. She was like platinum blonde, and hers is more of a dirty blonde. Brown, yeah. I don't want to be brown. Let me have my blonde.
What's wrong with being brown?
Nothing's wrong with being brown. I just don't want it. I just want my blonde.
It's not going to change the color that it is if you just call it a different name.
I identify as
It's
blonde.
like milk chocolate blonde.
Milk chocolate. No. My hair has entirely too many colors to be labeled one generic color of brown.
You know what I hate is like how warm my hair is right now because of when I dyed it. My roots are like super dark. Look at the freaking line of like
Oh
when I stopped. I hate it. I don't know
The
what
natural
to do.
color of your hair is beautiful though.
I know.
So just continue growing it out.
I am. It's taking forever. This is like, I don't know how long it's been since I last dyed it. Well, you remember, I had it dyed it red. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I wanted it back to brown, so I dyed it brown, but brown dye leaves like a warmth. So that's why.
So why
that's
not just
what I have going on.
continue dyeing it your natural color until it stops?
Like, you mean just add the line?
Yeah.
Because I'll probably mess it up. I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up and it'll just stay.
Go get it professionally done.
Poor.
What?
Will they not bleach this though to like dye it brown? But then when that
No.
washes out, what it will be? Red again? Or
You only
this?
bleach it when you want to go lighter. If you're going darker, then they're just going to put it in
let's
a
say
hot.
I go to professional.
I say that as if I've ever done any kind of professional hairstyling.
Yeah, what? I go and they dye it this color. it will wash out eventually. It will fade. But it will fade to what then? This again?
I don't know. I'm not a professional
I
hairstylist.
feel like I just hate it. I think this. Like,
But if you
I
only-
see this color in the corner of my eye, and it like makes me.
But if you only ever dye it at the line, then eventually where
It will
you're
grow
dyeing it
out.
will keep growing out, and then you won't have to anymore.
So I could pay to have it dyed until it grows out, or I could just wait.
It's not different enough that it's a problem.
I know, I don't like if unless I literally like turn my head over and you can see the line, but if it's like this, it's fine.
Yeah.
I hate like how warm it is. It's gross.
I guess I just
Don't notice it.
warm versus cool.
Well, I notice it because I know that this is not what my hair looks like naturally. I can tell. It's like mad red.
The only time I ever at home, I did highlights one time, and then one other time I did dye my hair because I wanted it to be a little bit darker. It turned like clown orange.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. It was an at-home dye job.
Like, what was the dye? Like, what color? Like, you just dyed it like brown or something?
Just like a couple shades darker than my dark blonde.
I feel like you're gonna slip up, and I can't wait for you to just accidentally call your
No,
hair
I had blonder hair, but the roots were a little bit darker, and so I wanted to go a couple shades darker than my darkest shade of blonde.
50 Shades of Blonde.
But something happened. I don't know if we were looking at the wrong thing or the lighting in the grocery store made the box looks different. I don't know, but it ended up being like
People switch the colors out though. Someone might have switched it.
maybe because it ended up being like a auburn with orange undertones, and it was awful. I have 8th grade. It was in 8th grade, and I have pictures of when we were in DC of it, and it was awful.
That's so sad.
And so I never dyed my hair again. All natural, baby.
I want this so bad.
You're getting there.
I just want it all to look like that.
You're getting there.
It's so pretty.
My hair actually grows out so stinking fast. Get on my level.
I'm trying, okay?
I don't know if they're...
These crosses.
No. I don't know if at the end of your sweatpants, if there is a hair or if it's actually your leg hair is that long.
No, it's a hair. My leg hair is short right now. I shaved it like last week. Look at it. It's just little nubby.
Little stubblies. I'm impressed with how long my leg hair is. Like I told you before, it's long enough that when I'm in like my pajama shorts or something and the heat kicks on, it like blows. It like ruffles my leg.
Yeah. That's so
Oh, it's
weird.
so weird. I don't want to go to work.
Oh yeah, that's soon.
Ah, that's
isn't
a
it?
thing.
What time is it? Oh my god. This is like a whole other episode.
I know. I was.
Should we just post this as well?
We should post this as its own little episode, just like as a tag along.
I
should-
can.
We could post it like midway. What's midway? Like on Saturday or Sunday?
I can do that.
Just like a.
A bonus. Or we could save it and we could be 2 weeks ahead.
No,
It feels like too much.
that's too much.
Should we save it for a just in case?
No, because we also at the tail end of the last episode we mentioned.
Oh, I guess
Nope,
you're
just post this as like a bonus content.
right. Okay.
I don't know. Just throw it up there. Who cares? This went. We were only supposed to do one story, and this ended up a whole new.
I know, it was supposed to be like a 5-second clip and then
We got to chatting.
whatever.
I should make sure if my laundry is actually dry.
It's just sitting
It
there
popped open,
soaking.
so yeah. It's been drying for a while though, right? I don't want to go to work. I really don't want to go. But Penn's lost really bad last night, and they're playing again. Who are they playing tonight? I forget who. Blackhawks? Blackhawks? No, that's not their name. Or is it? I forget. Dang it. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. I don't know. I don't even know if I get the game. I do get the game. I don't know. Who do we have? It would be great if you did. Okay. That's fine. I can do that. I can do that. Lots of that. Okay. My jaw hurts. I'm yapping too much. Look at all these freaking emails.
My jaw hurts. I'm yapping too much. Remember when I went to that craniosacral?
No, I don't remember what.
Remember when I went to that guy who'd stick his fingers in my ears?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that wasn't right. I feel like whatever happened there wasn't what that was supposed to be.
Probably wasn't.
Because people on TikTok were like, oh, if you have jaw pain, you need to do craniosacral, whatever, like what I did. And I was like,
Oh, they are playing the Blackhawks.
it didn't do anything. Well, he literally just laid his fingers on my face for like an hour. Was that supposed to do something?
I mean,
I don't think I get it.
I have not delved into the world of craniosacral therapy yet. My coworker did. I could ask her.
Because what was supposed to happen there? He put his hand under my back for the first 20 minutes. Then he put his hand on my forehead.
Well, you have meridian lines, and you have particular points that do things when pressed upon.
But he wasn't pressing! He
It's-
just
it-
laid his
it's-
forehead.
It's not. It's.
Forehead.
I shouldn't say press, but
He
when
stuck
they're.
his fingers in my ear.
Yeah, you have.
Because I was coughing. Remember? No, I told the whole story. I coughed. I had a tickle in my throat, but I didn't want to cough because he was working, and so I started tearing up because of the tickle. I told this story. Go watch our episode when I talked. I don't know which one it is. Watch our episode. I'm so stupid.
At least you're self-aware.
I had a tickle in my throat. No, I wasn't crying. I was not having emotional.
It's okay to
release.
have emotional release.
He literally just had his hand on my forehead. I don't know like what was supposed to release there. Besides, like, my dignity. But I had a tickle in my throat. I'm holding it in. It's so painful because I was getting over being sick and I had, like, that, like, leftover whatever. And, like, this happened before. Like, if I'm holding in a cough, my eyes will, like, water. And the tear fell
But in your ear.
in my ear.
Ew.
And I, like, did, like, a... So he thinks I'm crying. And then, like, he stuck his fingers in my ears and one of them was wet. I just see your finger in someone's ear and it's wet in there. Like, what's going on here?
Oh my
Yuck.
god.
Although, nah.
Ew. I don't know what to tell you. But there are, like, certain points that you don't have to press hard or anything, but just contact is...
I'm just saying the vibes. I'm just not getting a vibe that...
Well,
Sounds
if you...
right.
Okay, the vibes and everything, probably it didn't work because you blocked it.
I didn't block nothing. I went in there so open-minded.
Sure you did.
I really did. It was relaxing. I left relaxed. Not the second time, though. 'cause
My
I-
jaw is
was
killing
yours?
me, though. Oh
What
my
happened?
god. I don't know. It just started aching. I'm falling apart. Oh my god, that actually really hurts. I don't want to go to work.
I think it's your wisdom teeth, bro.
I don't say that. I don't have money for that.
I'll pull them out for you. It'll be easy since
punch
the
me.
one is already out.
Punch me really, really hard in the face. Maybe it'll knock loose.
Although, when they are through the skin, they just pull them out and that's it. You have to be careful of that hole. Because mine were under the skin, they like pull it out, fill it up, close it. But if it's out of the skin, they just pull it out. And then you can't use a straw in case you like accident, like the blood clot thing. It's so gross. But like, you know this?
I don't know any of this, but I would rather die than have to
Listen.
do all this.
Your tooth, they pull it out, and then there's just that hole, obviously. It's going to form a blood clot that you have to leave there for like however long. Weeks, probably. So you can't use a straw or like move around too much in case that it comes out. When it comes out, then you have dry socket, and it's like the most painful thing in the world, I hear. Because it's all that inside is just exposed to the air.
Well, that's why paper cuts hurt so bad, because they're not deep enough to bleed, which actually coats the ends of the nerves.
Ew!
Because if a
Dry
paper cut...
nerves.
Yeah, that's the thing. If a paper cut, if it's not deep enough to actually bleed, then you're just exposing your nerves to the air, and that's why paper cuts hurt so bad. But if it's deep enough to bleed, they don't hurt that bad.
Yuck.
That sounds disturbing. I would rather die. I would rather die.
I can't believe I drove to work. I zoned out and I came back and I was like, where am I?
I've done that a
In
lot.
Fayetteville.
For context, she didn't know where she was going on her way here.
Or I knew where I was going. I
You
didn't
knew,
go
but
there,
you
though.
didn't. Your muscle memory took you other directions.
Ugh. I panicked in that moment. I'm so glad I, like, knew an alternate route. Thank God.
Well, that's what happened when we were going to Schenectady.
Mm,
Muscle memory took me toward Buffalo, and I was like, wait, no, Albany.
yeah.
Skirt, skirt, skirt.
And then I passed the gate. I don't even know how I did that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a big gate. It's kind of hard to
Really
miss.
big.
Yeah.
2 gates.
Yeah. The whole stone columns and the sign. There's a whole sign and everything.
I don't know what happened to me. I think I zoned out thinking about how I drove to work. Then I missed. Something's wrong
There are
with
just
me.
some of those days where it's just like one thing after another. It's just like, I should not be awake right now. I should not be awake. I'm always paranoid that I'm like running red lights or stop signs. I actually do that a lot. I think I've told you.
We talked
if
about it
you're-
with Eric when he was on here.
Yeah, if you're in the car with me and it seems like I'm not slowing down and it feels like I'm going to run through a stop sign or a stoplight, it's probably because I am.
Run it.
You should tell me.
Run it up. Go ahead. I don't care.
I have to warn my friends, and I'm like, just warn me. If it feels like I'm not stopping, I'm not. So warn me.
I ran one time. And I realized, like, when I was under it.
Yeah.
I just, like, zoned out driving home from school. And then I did, like, and I see it over me as I'm going. And I, like, quickly, like, checked as if, like, that was going to save me at that point. I, like, checked to make sure no one was coming. But, like,
Well, we've
It's too
talked
late.
about how red and green switches itself in my head sometimes.
that is a different problem.
Not the colors don't switch, but like the meaning behind them switches for some reason. It's very odd to me. But then I think I told about the time my dad was just being a smart aleck and he got pulled over by a cop one time. I believe it was for running a red light. And cop pulls him over and this is my dad relaying the message, so he probably was like floofing it up a little bit. But the cop was just like, hey, do you know why I pulled you over? He's like, well, it depends on how long you've been following me. I ran that stop sign. I ran that stoplight. I was going too fast here. He rattled off all the things he was doing wrong. Guy just laughed and he was like, actually, he was just like, follow the rules, buddy.
Oh
Like,
my
Gave him like a
God.
warning.
Wow.
Depends on how long you've been following me.
That's a crazy. Oh, that's good. I almost want to use that, but I shouldn't. You know why I pulled you over? Depends.
Kendra pulled Tori over.
Lying.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed to kind of divulge that information. So if not, please don't sue me.
Who,
But yeah.
Tori?
I don't know. The state? I don't know. I don't know laws.
Please state. Wait, so what happened?
I don't know.
Oh.
Kendra didn't tell me the specifics. It's not my business to know the specifics, but it was just funny because
Uh,
it was just funny because Kendra saw Tori at Solvay School where Tori is working with like some of the deaf kids and everything.
hmm.
And so she goes there every once in a while. She sees Tori all the time. And then like 2 days after seeing her at the school, pulls over and they're laughing about it. Kendra didn't know it was Tori until she walks up to the window and is like, hey, Tori! But no, I don't know the specifics of why.
That's really too funny.
But yeah. That's nothing like having cop friends to get out of things. That's just terrible. Well, wait, I talked about the time I got pulled over by my buddy's dad. We started talking about prom and nonsense. He's like, slow down next time. I'm like, you got it, Greggy.
Greggy.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Will you go to work for me? I really don't want to go.
I
don't wanna go.
can't massage. I'm weak. I have weak thumbs.
Oh my god, it's killing me. I have this one client. I don't know. She's got a bunch of knots and everything like that, and she likes deep pressure in her shoulders. Deep enough where I'm like, I don't have the strength or the leverage to get as deep as you apparently want. And 2, it hurts me. I'm at that threshold of what's hurting me, and I don't want to do more. She's like, you can go a little deeper. And I'm like, no.
Do you say that?
I did. Not like that. But
Never.
she kept saying, she's like, you can go a little harder there. And I'm like, I'll do what I can. I straight up said, I'm like, I'll try my
Stand
best.
on her.
I literally said, I was like, I will try my best. But it starts to hurt me so and like, of course, she comes at the end of the day, which I keep my days shorter. I have less appointments in one day just because it does start to hurt me as bad. And I want to be able to give 100% to each of my clients. So I keep, I only do 2 or 3 a day.
Right.
But she came on a day. She was the second person I had that day, but she was my second 90. I had a 90-minute before her, and she was another 90-minute. And when I have 90 minutes, I only do 2. I am not doing any more after that because it's too long to go without a break and it just hurts. And I know if any other massage therapist ever hears, they're like, I do 6 in a day. Congratulations. I already have arthritis. I don't want to do more than freaking 3 straight hours of massage. But anyway, I was already in pain from the first 90. And then she wants a full deep tissue 90 of leverage that I don't have. And I'm like, I'm at my threshold of pain. I'm like, I want to cry. I don't want to. And she comes in, she wants to do monthly massages. And I'm at that point, I'm like, please go to somewhere else. Like, I like that you're a regular client of mine and that you enjoy my massages enough to be a regular client, but I don't want you to be my client. It hurts. I just go somewhere else, please. Not that I would actually say that to her. I'll get over it, but business is business, and I'm not gonna shove it away. But I dread when she comes in. I don't want to.
I'll stand on her. That's about all I could do.
I have a client, my first client today. Thankfully, it's only a 30-minute, but it is 30 minutes of at my pain threshold. Straight 30 minutes of just, it hurts. And of course, I don't like getting massages. I don't like being touched, so I don't get massages. And so I just hurt constantly. And my arm is killing me. The break in my arm, I'm a mess. The weather is changing because my arm is killing me where I broke it.
Honestly, same. My arm has been hurting.
Yeah. Where you
I think there's like a pocket of like fluid or something in here because there's like a bump.
And it definitely get that checked out.
Like when I it just hurts when I do it. Like, I don't know, if I'm like washing dishes or something, like, oh, it hurts.
You might have chipped a bone or something. You got a bone fragment floating around in there.
No, I don't think so.
That was really gross, sorry.
But it is still, like, as I'm touching it right now, like, it hurts.
I can feel the break right here.
Ugh.
Oh my god, it hurts. Eggs, man. And the plate right there, still smack that off of something. I busted my elbow off of the, where my hairdryer plugs into the wall. Busted my elbow off that. I was like, oh my god.
Ouch.
I'm falling apart, man. I'm too old for this nonsense. It's that kind of pain that just, you squirm. You can't get away from it, and you just squirm. Oh my god. It's been real, folks, but I'm at the end of my line. Just put me in the ground. What did you say that one time? Was it on Chaotic Energy when you were just like, I want to raw dog the earth?
Yeah. There's a video of me saying it somewhere.
Oh my god. I meant them just dig a hole and toss me in. Oh, I'm so done.
But I don't think you're allowed to do that because of your carbon, so much carbon in the body, you're not allowed to just go straight in. You have to be cremated first.
What about people in caskets? Just the casket, doesn't it break up and dissolve? No? Am I wrong? I'm stupid.
I don't think so. I think that's why we have them.
I am grade A stupid.
Or they have I was listening about it on Bad Friends, they have like a process that they put you through so that they can just put you right in the ground. But yeah, it's because there's too much carbon.
Well, I want to be cremated anyway. That whole episode that we had about the fact that your grave site, you're just renting it and they will boot you once you are no longer, or your family or someone no longer pays for it.
Yikes.
They will dig you up and toss you. What the heck? So yeah, I'm not going to waste any of me or my family's money on a gravesite.
How much does it cost to be cremated? It's probably expensive too.
Oh yeah, of course it is. I have no idea.
Is DIY cremation illegal?
Yes. That would be considered like desecration of a body, I'm pretty sure.
That's so stupid.
And cremation is like instantaneous.
Oh.
It's not like a slow burning. It's so hot that it just pulverizes your body. Yeah. So I've heard. I could be wrong.
So I've heard.
Again, I'm probably just pulling stuff out my butt. I don't know.
Yuck.
I'm gonna be sad. You know what's so weird? I want to plan my own funeral.
Yeah, me too.
I
started making a playlist.
Yeah?
Party.
What's the... I want one. It's Billy Boyd's, The Last Goodbye. That's the one sad song that I want. And then there was another song I was listening to that I thought would be another good sad song. But other than that, Party. Dance on my
Party.
grave.
I'll pay for the friggin' open bar and then I'll dip.
I love the little spoofs that was just like on the back of like the obituary card or something at the funeral. It's just like, hey, thanks for coming. Like last little message
party
from you.
favors.
Party.
Everybody gets a little ashes. I'm just kidding. I don't actually want that, but
Oh
imagine.
my god. Party favors from the funeral.
No, you know what? The ultimate prank after I die. I will have like, you know those like confetti, like you twist it.
Of your ashes? Ew!
But they won't know. I'll leave a note saying like at the end of the party, get everyone together. We're gonna do like confetti, and then it's
Almost like the wedding kind
it's
of
me.
procession when they like pop the or like the sparklers or something, but you're popping the ashes.
But they won't know.
That's disgusting, dude. You know what that reminds me of that part in Grown Ups when they cremate they have their coach's old ashes, their old coach's ashes, and they go to the mountaintop to scatter his ashes, but like they scoop the ashes out with their hand to scatter it, and then right after they had like a bucket of fried chicken, and they start. And I think it's what's his name? Kevin James's character I think has like ashes coating his hand before he like picks up the chicken, starts eating it, and all of his buddies are like, "Oh no, oh so gross."
My uncle, I guess. I don't know. My aunt's divorced. My some guy I know told this story about someone that he knew. This is like such a removed story, but maybe it was like his grandma or something had dementia or Alzheimer's, and somebody's ashes were sitting on a mantle, and she
One client just rescheduled.
Nice.
But it's not the one at 3. Darn it.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, continue.
The woman had like misplaced the ashes, and so they just like had a fire and put the ashes like back
That's
in.
terrible.
Yeah, they don't know where they are like to this day.
That's hilarious. Well, we talked about how my grandfather donated his body to science, and once they're done with it, after several months of doing whatever they do with it during science, I don't know, they just FedEx you back a box of ashes, just straight up in the mail. Here's a box, and it's quite heavy.
Yeah.
And my mom had it sitting in the front seat, and it popped open. She had a panic attack.
It's in a bag though, right?
It was in a bag, but she took the box out, or like one of her other family members had the box, and then they gave it to her, but it was no longer in the bag. The box was just sitting on the front seat, and something happened and the lid came off. But then, yes, I think the ashes in the box are in a bag as well. I don't know. I don't know the full story. I wasn't in the car. If I had been in the car, I'd probably be the next set of ashes because I would have driven off a freaking cliff. Because gross. But, yeah. I think
Who
it's
started that? It's so weird.
Well, I also want to, like, some people get their ashes pressed into, like, gems or put into a locket or something. I'm like,
It's expensive.
weird.
Yeah, weird.
My cousin took some of my grandfather's ashes and made necklaces out of them for, like, the aunts, my mom and my aunts and the other cousins or whatever. I was like, no, thank you. I'm so good.
Yeah, a friend of
so good.
Eric's, he has like a necklace with his ashes or he was offered one.
It's
Yeah.
I'm okay. Thank you, though. This is so okay. No.
But imagine you lose it.
You know what's really weird? I just thought of, completely unrelated, at the fair, at the county fair, my hometown's fair right before, okay, whatever. There was always this one spaceship ride or something, and it cost $2. Like, you get your ride ticket, right? You get your wristband or whatever to ride all the rides, but this was a separate thing. You had to pay $2 separate to ride this spaceship thing, and so my mom would never let me go on it because it cost an additional $2 rather than. But then when I started going to the fair myself, I finally caved and I bought the $2 spaceship thing, and I got to go in, and it was awesome.
Oh, really?
It was awesome. It was literally, it was so stupid.
When you brought that up, we were talking about ashes.
Literally unrelated.
Oh my
I don't know
God,
what
where
made
is
me think
that
of it, but
going?
here it is. Yes. But no, it was just literally, it was this big orange, basically a cone. It just looked like a big orange cone, but it was a spaceship. And you go in, and it's like a little miniature theater in this like cylinder cone kind of thing. And the seats, I just noticed they didn't have seatbelts or anything. And this thing moved. It like tipped and jerked around a little bit to make
That's
it feel
cute.
like whatever. And it was just like a square screen right at the front. That was it. That was nothing special. No fancy effects. It was just a screen, and it made, you know, you're flying through space or whatever, and the whole thing kind of tipped and jerked around a little bit. And I got to go in that, and it was great. That was so unrelated, but I don't know why I just thought of it. But
You went to the Carnegie.
yes.
Did you do that like little roller coaster, like indoor roller coaster simulation thing? It's like it sounded like the same thing.
Nope.
They had that.
I know they had
Because
it.
you were the last one before it closed, right?
I waited in line forever for that thing. And I
told
was
that
the
story.
next person in line before
You
we had to
told
go and we got pulled away for lunch. I was the next person. I was so irritated. And the exact same thing happened when we were going to Washington's house in freaking Mount Vernon. I was the next group to go in and we had to be pulled away for lunch. I'm like, what the heck? I would want, just let me starve. Let me starve. I want to go into these
I did
things.
both of those things.
Oh my God. Rub at my face.
But
I've
it was
done.
cool though because it flips.
Yeah, I've done it before. I did it in other places, but I'm really mad about that. No, what I really liked about Carnegie was the soccer screen.
Remind me.
Like, you're standing in front of a screen that is like kind of recording you, and the video puts you up on the screen, and then it has like a virtual soccer balls coming at you,
That's
and you
cool.
like pretend to block them, and it registers where you are, and it like blocks it for
Let's
you.
go. Can we go?
I'm
I
down
love
to
that
go.
museum.
I'm
or
down to go.
museums.
I touched a brain.
Me too.
Touched the brain.
Wait, there?
Yeah.
Wait, why? Why do they have a brain there?
Because there was the actual science part of it, the anatomy. There's a whole section
The
of
other
anatomy.
building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a brain and a liver.
Human?
Uh-huh.
With gloves? You touched
Nope.
it?
It was like a dried up. They just had
Oh,
it on
it
the
was
counter.
dry.
It was dry.
Oh.
Yeah. I touched the brain. I didn't touch the liver. Nothing was
I
gross.
I held one at OCC. In
You
my
know-
bio class, but it was
I'll
wet.
never forget. Ew.
Well, it was preserved in like liquid.
Yeah, no, this was
And
dry.
I held
and
it.
we
It
could
was
just we
heavy.
could poke it.
It's like 9 pounds.
Well, the head, yeah, it's like 8-ish pounds, yeah. But no, I also remember they had an entire skeleton in the nervous system on display, and it was a body, again, donated to science, was probably my grandfather, who knows.
Imagine.
It was like a body like my grandfather. It wasn't him because he wasn't dead yet at the time. Anyway, so it was like this whole body, the nervous system, skeleton, and everything laid out, but it was positioned in like a person like
Mm-hmm.
flying backwards and kicking a soccer ball.
Well,
And it was really cool, except it was a guy.
they left.
It was a guy.
Is this where I think it's going?
And we're all standing around, we're all looking at it, and there's a few guys across the display from where I am, and a couple of me and my friends are all standing there, and they just look up at us, and they're all just like, "We know what you're looking at."
Well, like, what was the situation? Like nerves?
No, it was.
Because what was it again? The nervous system, right?
It was like kind of everything. It was just like the skin
So what
peeled
was
off.
there? Veins?
No,
Tubing?
it was meatier than that. I don't know. I don't know.
Skin was gone. The one was there.
I don't know.
It's not bone. I know that. Okay. I ruled that one out first. Nerves? Maybe.
But it was a solid. I don't know what it was.
But there was no muscle.
It
Maybe
might no.
muscle?
I can't remember exactly. It was so long ago.
And why'd they
can't-
leave it?
What?
Why'd they leave it?
It was a male body.
But why didn't...
They're not going to castrate the dead body.
Maybe.
I don't know, but it was.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
When?
I
Have you
don't
ever
know.
had a dream that you...
Oh my god. What?
Have you seen that little kid? Have you ever had a dream that you... when you...
Oh my god. Speaking of dreams, though, I told you this before.
Where are we going now? I'm gonna get with that.
No, it wasn't
I'm
even.
still trying to figure out what it was made of.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and see if it's still there. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't remember that.
Get on my level. But no, I was just thinking about last night. We've talked about how I'm very still when I sleep, to the point where my mom actually checked if I was still alive.
Yeah.
But when I dream and it's lucid or vivid enough that I remember it the next morning, that's when I will flip onto my back, my knees up, my hands on my belly.
On purpose or in your sleep?
In my sleep. That's apparently the dreaming position.
That's freaky a little bit.
I don't move unless I start to dream, and then it's laying down, knees up, hands on belly.
Weird.
Yeah. I woke up this morning in that position.
Like
I was
that?
like, must have dreamed a lot.
Weird.
Yeah.
You're at the hockey rink again.
I dreamt something about hockey. No, I also, what was it? I can see the person I'm talking to. Nope, it's gone. I can see the visual layout of my dream, and I just cannot remember the conversation we were having. It was about something that I just did recently. Throwing stuff, right? We need to go. I need to go to work.
Yeah, what are you just
This is quite literally another episode.
Good for us.
Hello. Welcome back to my aunt's attic. I don't know if we put that in there, but
We
apparently this was supposed to be a 5-minute quick clip of something or other, and now it is a full-blown episode. So congratulations, folks. You get another episode for absolutely no reason other than
Should we make people pay for it? Nah.
we don't even have
Just
enough
gonna
people
pay.
on our unpaid platform.
Today, when I was posting, it made me select that we didn't have a sponsorship for that episode. Normally, it just asks, like, I just do, like, the description. I put in the episode number, but it doesn't ask for it. Does this, is this episode appropriate for 18 and younger? Like, you know, I say that it has explicit content, and then hit next. But today, it was like, I'm hitting next and nothing happening. It required me to say, it was like, does this episode have a paid sponsorship or collaboration with another? And I was like, no.
Have we reached the threshold where we're supposed to, but we just don't? And they're just like, what's wrong with you?
I don't know what the situation is. What's wrong with you? We give you 2,000 impressions on Spotify. What's wrong with you?
We get 2,000 impressions and we have a great total of 4 listeners per episode. Wow.
We have an average of 8.
That's really sad. Why do I care again? I don't think I care. I'm gonna make myself not care.
Okay,
Okay.
you do that.
Do you care?
That we don't get a lot of listens?
Uh-huh.
No. It's almost nicer. I don't have to
We don't
be
have to worry
afraid of-
about it.
Yeah.
Like, I worry about it anyway, just because I say probably a lot of controversial things.
That's what this is.
Deal with it. That candle is still burning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is my laundry dry?
Did you check it?
Oh no. We gotta go, folks. We gotta go.
It's been sitting off. Is it dry? I've been sitting here too. I don't know. How would I know? What? We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.